This is part 2 of connecting with your inner warrior and using anger as a fuel to create the life you want, because anger is a vital life force that I talked about in the last video. And this anger, this vital life force, can be used into going at life in an expressive way instead of being depressed and sitting passively on your ass and just wishing for your dream to come true and fall right into your lap. Because connecting with your inner warrior and using this vital life force will make you be more aggressive towards life, make you penetrate your fucking challenges and your problems, and will make these problems so small instead of blowing them up into this huge fucking obstacle that prevents you from growing as a person. When you connect with your inner warrior, you will break through these obstacles and just become more energized, and you will say your opinion more. You will stand for what you really believe is true. Because if you think about warriors back in the good old days when they were the barbarians and shit like that, I'm not saying you should be a barbarian and rape and fucking kill people, but think about the mentality of a warrior. The mentality of a warrior is very present in the moment, because the warrior can't afford to think about the past and some stupid concerns. They have to be very present in the moment, because or else they will be killed by an animal or the enemy and shit like that. So they have to be very present in the moment, very focused, and they have to know a strategy. They have to be present in the moment and think spontaneously and improvise and think smart in the moment and they have to be very decisive and take the right decision and just go for it. They can't overthink things. They can't sit like this, maybe we should not attack them straight ahead, maybe we should go around and have a defensive blah blah blah. When they're in a war, they have to just take a decision, do it. Take a decision, do it. Be present in the moment, and they have to have the power, the personal power, to throw themselves at their goals and just doing it. So life, and especially the road to success and life in general, you know, in relationships and shit like that, can be sometimes like a fucking war. A creative war. Especially the road to success is a creative war, because you have the resistance that tries to put pressure on you, and many people, especially people that's not in contact with their inner warrior, they will fall on their ass and it's so hard to make it, it's so hard to do things, and why do people say things about me when I try to do my best and shit like that. That's very much the mentality of a nice guy. And the warrior, when you come into contact with that inner warrior, you don't give a fuck. You see this resistance as a challenge. It pushes you. And when you go to the gym, you don't go there to lift empty water bottles, you know. You go there to lift heavy weights. You need resistance in order to grow. So see life in the same kind of way, success in the same kind of way. When you feel the resistance, that your thoughts are fighting against you and your emotions, you feel this positive anxiety because you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Don't fall on your ass and lay down in like a fucking baby and cry for mommy and shit like that. You see it as a test of your character, a test of your strength, and let that, when the resistance shows up in your life, bring it on. Be like that. Have that mentality and see it as a test of your strength, and see how strong you can get, and push that fucking comfort zone and be focused, be present in the moment, and use that vital life force instead of pressing it in and holding it back, because that will only make you depressed in the long term. So build up that, let that anger fill your whole body, and just own this anger, because then you will have a more balanced expression of it, instead of letting it just show up and explode in stressed out situations, and then it will just show up in situations where it's not appropriate at all. So come into contact with this feeling, this anger, because anger is, if you see at it at its pure form, it's a very it withholds many great qualities, like, for example, decisiveness and focus. Because when you're angry, you know very damn good who you're angry at and why you are angry at that person. So you know who the fuck you want to punch in the face and why you want to do it. And if you see that those qualities in its pure form, it's really beneficial on your way to achieving your goals. Because if you know where you want to, if you have the clarity and you know where you're going and you know why, you know your purpose for this, you're fucking unstoppable, man or woman. Because there are female warriors too, and we have seen some pretty crazy ass women that have been warriors throughout the history. So it's within us all. It's not only for men or only for girls. It's within all of us. So use that inner warrior and light that fire within, and let the passion and decisiveness and all of this just burn inside of you, and you will see people that have achieved this in their lives, because you see it in the way they walk. They're more decisive. They know where they're walking. They're not walking around with their hands in the pocket and like this. They have that fire in their eyes, and they just have so much clarity and so much power and so much fire within them that they're just ready to use in a very beneficial way. So think about this and come into contact with your inner warrior, and your life will transform. Boom.